Hey guys, it's Casey. Welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to be working on this little coaster mold, and I've got my 2-part Bond Crafter epoxy resin. I've got this Luxe Gold that I've painted around the edges of my mold with a fluffy brush. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to put some resin off into a second cup. This is going to be for my white. I have my resin pigment paste ready to mix up, and I'm getting a little residue out of that cup, and I'm going to put just half of a drop of the white pigment paste into the resin. Mix it up really well. You want a transparent white. You want to be able to see through your white. Very important. And I've got my playful pink, my calming blue, and my resin is at 92 degrees. Okay, so I'm pouring my resin off into my coaster molds. I've actually got enough resin for 2. So I'm just going to put enough resin in both of them. You just want a thin layer of resin at this point. You just want it to cover the coaster mold's base. Now you're going to drop your alcohol inks one at a time and just put some colors down. Whatever you like. It doesn't have to be the colors I'm using today. Just place your alcohol inks around your coaster. And then what you want to do after you get your alcohol inks dropped is take a brush or something, a silicone brush, and just kind of mix those colors together. Just kind of swirl them together. This way you get a mix of colors throughout the entire coaster. Okay, once we get that all swirled out and it's looking good, we're going to grab a piping bag, and we're going to fill our resin, our white epoxy resin, in the piping bag, and just cut off the tip of that bag after you get it in there and tied up. And I'm just going to make little flower petals all the way around this mold. Just zigzag lines, really, all the way around this mold. Starting in the center and working your way out to the edge. I'm going to do the same thing here, just little flower petals. It takes some time if you try to make them one petal at a time. That's why I went with the zigzag lines. But it turns out really pretty. Okay, so now that we've got that in there, we're going to take our silicone tool and we're going to knock out any of the blobs. If you see any like large blotchy parts of the white, you kind of want to take and go through them with your silicone tool before they drop, or else you'll get blobs on the front of your piece. So this right here is actually pretty necessary. You really want to have that silicone tool there. My center had already sank, so now I'm just going to put a backing on these. It's been at least 12 hours, and I'm using my polyurethane casting resin and just pouring a backing on these. And on this one, I didn't paint the sides of the mold, so I'm doing that now. Okay, now that I've got that painted, I'm going to pour in my polyurethane casting resin and just fill that mold up. This is just the back of the coaster. Okay, now that I've got them filled up, this is the first one. Look how lovely that came out, but I do have some blobs. That white just drops so quickly. You really have to be fast when you're doing this. And I got blobs on this one as well. My centers dropped so quickly, but they still look really beautiful. I love both of them. I think they're really gorgeous. Nice little display pieces, little coasters to put your drinks on your coffee table. They're really pretty. I hope you guys enjoyed this. It's a super quick video for you guys today. I will be switching gears. I do have plans on paint pouring in 2025. Happy New Year, everyone. Thank you so much for watching. We will see you next Friday on Friday with Friends. Have a beautiful, blessed day.